Hey everybody, it's Henry with the Film Buds podcast. Please make sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, please let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks. 85. Let's get to Heart of Stone, which is a Netflix original, came out, I think, late in 2023. It is directed by Tom Harper, stars Gal Gadot, Jamie Dornan, Aaliyah Botts, Jing Lucy, Paul Reddy, Enzo Calente, Matthias Schweighöfer, I can never say that name right, and a few others. And the synopsis is an intelligence operative for a shadowy global peacekeeping agency races to stop a hacker from stealing its most valuable and dangerous weapon. So I had heard about this one when it came out, didn't have a huge interest in seeing it, mainly because it seemed kind of generic, and I love Gal Gadot across the board. I like Jamie Dornan. Everybody in it I enjoy, so that wasn't really an issue. But I didn't hear great reviews about it, and it seemed like a fairly standard Netflix original movie where, and I think I'm right in this case, where if this had been released in theaters, it would have flopped horribly, and I don't think I would have even seen it in theaters. But now, smartly so, I think Netflix and other streaming services have a good marketing sense where they're like, all right, this movie is probably only going to do well viewership wise on a streaming service. So let's get it, or let's produce it, and maybe it'll be a hit. And I think it did at least decently well when it was released. I do think, though, well, I don't think it's as bad as everyone makes it out to be. It's definitely nothing amazing, nothing I would ever feel the need to watch again or highly recommend. I think it's passable. Like, it doesn't do anything offensively wrong. It's paced well. It's not too long. The action and locations are varied. There's a lot of changing of going from place to place and all that, like you would expect. I really like Gal Gadot as an action star. She's good. Jamie Dornan is excellent. And I think they do a good job of building up those partnerships and friendships within the organization. I think all that worked. The biggest issue, though, which detracts from the whole thing and brings it way down, is there is nothing really original in it. Like the whole supercomputer thing that can hack into any system in the world. How many times have we seen that? Like, I get that we're in the world of AI and computers getting more and more advanced, but at least when talking about spy espionage movies, we've seen that too many times to really care, or at least for me, about that very much, or to find that really inventive. So the overall plot, nothing to write home about. Didn't really care much about that at all. So it was really the action, the visuals, the performances that would keep me going. And so I think that for what it is, you could do worse. I know some people really trashed it, which I get, but for me, it passed the time. I was at least marginally interested to see what would happen next. I thought the sequence in Senegal, I believe it is, out in the desert, I really like that. The final sequence in Iceland is good. I think the opening action sequence in, I think it's Austria, whatever, some sort of snowy mountain resort type place, I think that's well done. Probably the only new-ish thing, not to say it's that new, but the only thing I really found, oh, that's kind of cool, is the automatically tracked systems that they have, like when she's on the parachute and it's guiding her through the mountains. I thought that was interesting and somewhat refreshing, I guess. If they do another one, I feel like they easily could. I'd watch it, I guess, at some point, but I feel like, I only watched it maybe 2 days ago and it's already pretty much out of my brain. There are a lot better ones out there, for sure. Oh, and actually one thing, the biggest issue besides the plot is the script. Like, the dialogue is so generic. Like, anytime they're on a mission and they're communicating over comms and stuff like that, it's just it's so bland. And like, in the day and age where we have great spy movies like James Bond, Mission Impossible, and similar ones, anytime there's not really creative action, which, I mean, the action, like, as I said, there are a couple moments where I was like, that's kind of cool, but not much more than that. But going back, when we have films like that have just come out, even in the last couple of months, there's no real comparison in a variety of ways. And this is produced, I think, by the Dead Reckoning producers, and it is done by the guy who directed The Aeronauts with Eddie Redmayne and Felicity Jones, which I thought was all right. Nothing amazing, but I think I like that one more than this one. So check it out. Won't blow you away, I bet, but is what it is. That is a light 2.5 out of 5.